we've given an intro before. MJ Durkin is a national consultant for, I guess they're $1 billion company, I would think, $1 billion insurance company. He also is the author of 8 books, and many different network marketing companies use him as a consultant. And his area of expertise is prospecting and getting you in front of enough people. I think all the agents will concur that one of the biggest challenges most insurance agents have in their business is, I got a good product, I'm pretty decent presenting, I'm just not in front of enough people. Okay, so how do we solve that problem? Well, MJ is going to show you the magic, and without further ado, it's MJ Durkin.
Hello, everybody. It is MJ Durkin. Excited to be with you today, and we're going to get right into this training. We're going to get very serious about prospecting and marketing and putting enough names and numbers on your list. Does anybody want to get new names and numbers on the list? Nod your head up and down and say, yes, MJ.
Yes, MJ. Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. So go ahead and feel free to, if you just come on, go ahead and mute yourself for me. That would be really helpful. We really appreciate it if you're able to check and just make sure that you're muted. That really helps all of us, and we thank you for that. And we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about your business, your New Era Life business, your MedSup business, about making 2 extra sales per week. And we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the main theme is: do you see yourself as a marketer? Do you see yourself as a marketer? Do you really understand the business that you are in? So we're going to answer some of those questions today. Very excited to be with you today and to do this first training. We are going to, over the next 52 weeks, give you 52 different ways to put leads in the funnel. Our goal is to help you to get 7 different lead generation sources so that you have 7 different ways that leads are coming into your prospect list. And we're going to start giving you tools. We're going to start giving you resources. We're going to start giving you the training that you need to literally pour hundreds and hundreds of leads into your list so that you have plenty of people to talk to. The key is you've got great products, you've got a great company, you've got great leaders. What you need is you need to tell your story more. Would you agree? Everybody nod your head up and down.
Yes.
And say yes. Absolutely. How many of you want to make more money? Raise your hand and say yes.
Me.
And how many of you want to live? How many of you want to live, literally want to live the life of your dreams by making 2 extra sales per week and making an extra 100 grand? Raise 2 hands and say yes, MJ.
Yes, MJ.
Excellent. So I want you to imagine. I want to get your imagination going. I want you to think about what happens. What happens if you're closing 2 extra sales per week? Does that bring you almost $2,000? Does that bring you $2,000 a week in commissions? I said month there. I think that's a typo. I think that's an extra $2,000 a week. You could make 2 extra sales per week if you had a list full of prospects. Would you agree? And you're going to say, yes, I agree with that. I need more people to talk to. I need more people to give quotes to. I need more people to talk to about correcting Obamacare, reducing their health costs by 50%. You just need to be in front of more people. 2 extra sales per week could help you to win all of the cash bonuses that are made available by your company. Would you agree? Only one thing holding you back. You got to have a list full of prospects. You've got to have names and numbers on a list. Write that down if you're taking notes. In order to succeed in this business, you need a list of names. You need a list of names and numbers, people that you can call, people that you can text, people that you can private message. Is this making sense? Wow, I want you to be excited about what this can do for your New Era business. If you could close 2 extra sales per week, would you be able to earn the major luxury trips that are offered, that are going to be offered by New Era Life and by National Group Marketing? Could be up to 4 trips this year, right, Kent?
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. Would you agree that you want an extra $2 grand per week? Would you agree that you want the cash bonuses? Would you agree that you want the major luxury trips? Everybody's going, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I can hear a collective yes everywhere.
I can picture it. MJ. I got it in my mind. I got it in my heart. There's only one thing stopping you. It's not that you can't close. It's not that you can't sell. It's not that you're not inspired. It's not even that you're not going to work. I know you all want to go to work. Most of you would go to work if you had enough names and numbers on your list. If you had people that you could call day and night, weekends, in order to talk to them about cutting their healthcare premiums in half, the only thing stopping you is people to call. Every one of you should be going, wow, yes, that's correct. The only thing stopping you from reaching every goal that we just talked about here is that your list is not full of names. Here's what you're about to discover. What you're about to discover in this training over the next 45 to 50 minutes, you are going to discover how to fill your list with names and numbers. And once you have a list full of names and numbers, I'm going to tell you that you are going to become a tiger. You're going to become ferocious. You are going to be a prospecting machine. There won't be anybody that you won't call, that you can't call, that you're not interested in calling, because you've got tons of names and numbers on a list. Remember, when your list is small, when your list of names and numbers is small, you usually, what you will do is you will shrink. You will not reach out to people because you'll be afraid. You'll be afraid that you will use up your names and numbers, and you won't have people to talk to about your New Era Life business. So when you've got a full list, write this down. When your list is small, you are unconfident, you are a sheep. When your list is large, you become a tiger. You become a person that cannot be denied your goals and the things that you want to accomplish. So we are really, really excited here about the idea of putting names and numbers on your list so that you can reach your goals and you can get all of these bonuses and have the life that you deserve. Would you agree? Absolutely. Absolutely. So
yes, I'm right. I'm with you. I was just, we're helping somebody on board. People are still coming on, MJ. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, man, I want you bringing people on board, writing business. Doesn't bother me at all. Let's keep going. Here's my promise to you. By the end of our webinar today, by the end of our training, I'm going to show you how to add 96 new names to your list every single week. Anybody want to do that? Nod your head up and down.
Yes, absolutely. I do.
And say, yes, MJ. 96 new names on your list. Here's my promise to you. I'm going to do that by the end of our time together, by the end of our hour today. All right, let's get into our training. There are 3 keys to developing 7 rivers. There are 3 keys to succeeding in New Era Life. I'm going to talk to you about the 3 keys. I'll give you an overview, and then I'm going to go into each one of them. I'm going to go into each one of those keys and give you the details on 3 keys. Do you want to learn this? Nod your head up and down. Say
yes, please.
All right, number 1. The number 1 key that we're going to talk about to developing 7 rivers is you must start seeing yourself as a marketer. You got to start seeing yourself as a marketing person. This will cause an incredible shift in your business, in your life. Number 2, you've got to understand that without leads, your business dies. There is one thing that kills businesses. There is one thing that causes you to not make payroll. There is one thing that causes you to not be able to move into a new house, buy a new car, buy a boat, fill up your retirement account. It is a lack of leads. Without leads, your business dies. The Small Business Administration tells us that 80% of new businesses that are started fail in the first 5 years. Why? They fail because they did not understand that they had to have a constant source of names and numbers, leads coming into the funnel. Without leads, your business completely dies. Number 3, in order to succeed in this business, in order to write 2 extra sales per week, 4 extra sales per week, you must become a lead generating machine. And no one is going to do this for you. You are in business for yourself, as Kent mentioned a few minutes ago. It is your job It is your responsibility. You've got to take ownership, and you've got to say, you know what? My job as a business owner is to fill the funnel with leads. You must become a lead generating machine. You must become a person who studies marketing. You must be a person who says, I'm going to learn everything I can about marketing, prospecting, getting names and numbers, Facebook, Instagram. I want to become a marketing machine, a lead generating machine. And when you are able to do this, I'm telling you, you are going to start on the path to making a tremendous amount of money and living the new era life of your dreams, or the national group marketing life of your dreams. Anybody want to live the life of your dreams? Nod your head up and down, raise your hand, say yes, MJ.
Hey.
Right. Yeah. So there are 3 keys to developing 7 rivers. I want you to understand something about developing 7 rivers, having 7 different lead sources. What you've got to understand is, what you want to understand is that it is your responsibility to go ahead and to do this. It is your responsibility. You've got to take charge of this. You've got to take responsibility for this yourself. Okay, so let's. So we've got three keys to developing 7 rivers. Are you ready to learn these?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's start learning. Let's start learning. Okay, number 1, you must see yourself as a marketer. Let me tell you, today is the day that you can have your breakthrough. I know that a lot of you see yourselves as agents. You see yourself as insurance people. You may even see yourself as a great closer, a great presenter. That's awesome. You may say, I love what we do for families. I love being able to reduce people's healthcare costs in half. I love being able to correct the travesty of Obamacare. I love being able to put money back in these families' pockets, make them feel protected. You do all these things. You are all of those things, but your number 1 goal, let me tell you something that's very, very important to succeed in business. You must start understanding who you are. And it is who you believe you are, who you believe yourself to be. Let me tell you why Kent Long, let me tell you why Doug Chapman, they have built big agencies and they have helped thousands and thousands of people, because they saw themselves as marketers. They knew that if they didn't have leads or people to talk to, that their businesses were dead. Who you believe yourself to be is absolutely critical. My job is to start helping you to have the breakthrough in the 6 inches between your eyes, the 6 inches right there. You've got to start seeing yourself and stop saying, I don't know anything about technology. I don't know how to meet people. I'm not comfortable being out networking. I don't know how to work Facebook. I don't understand how to text people. I don't understand all these webinars. The way that you see yourself is the way that you're going to perform. And I'm telling you that if you want to succeed in New Era Life, if you want to go on all the trips, get all the bonuses, have the life of your dreams, you've got to make a shift. You've got to start seeing yourself as a marketer, as a prospector, as someone who is bringing leads into the funnel on a continual basis. This has got to be the thing that you are thinking about literally every single day. It is the thing that you are literally saying to yourself, how can I get leads? By the way, what business are you in? You may say, well, I'm in the insurance business. You may say, well, I'm in the business of helping people. You may say, I'm in the business of cutting people's costs in half. You may say, I am a person who communicates and presents and helps people understand their alternatives. I'm a person who sells MedSup. I'm a person who, you can have any type of belief about the business that you're in, but I'm about to, and those of you who have taken Tom Hopkins training, you will say, well, Tom Hopkins said that I was in the people business. These are not incorrect answers, but they are not how you need to see yourself every day, 20 hours a day in your New Era Life business. Here's what you have to understand: the business you're in the business of marketing. Once you start seeing yourself as a marketer, once you start planning your days for your marketing, once you are thinking about marketing on a constant basis, you must change your view of who you believe yourself to be. You must understand you are not in the insurance business, and you are not in the healthcare business, and you are not even in the business of helping families. You are in the business of marketing. And once you reconcile with that, once you understand that you are a marketer, that your job is to be a marketer, is to figure out marketing, I want you learning from me about marketing. I want you learning from everybody about marketing. Stop seeing yourself as a salesperson and start seeing yourself as a marketer. Is this making sense, everybody? Nod your head up and down and say, yes, MJ.
Yes, it is.
Ken, anything that you want to add to that from your point of view and the big agency that you've built?
Okay, well, I have a lot. I can imagine a lot of people that are like, okay, I kind of get the mindset. Let's get through the fluff and let's get into the meat and potatoes. I get that from people. I have told people this in training sessions, MJ, and if they could just understand what I'm trying to express, okay? If you understood the product the way I understand the product, everywhere you go, you would hear. MJ asked me to do this exercise, and I don't know if this is the right time or not, but let me turn my video back on, okay? And you should be able to see me.
Yep, we can see you.
Okay, here's my list that I've been working on, okay? And this is just a short little thing I put together, and where this came from was this board. Can you see this, MJ?
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now what this is, as I go, I hear things. I'm in the grocery store, and a lady says something about prescription drugs being expensive. I interjected myself, and ma'am, can I show you how to save some money on prescription drugs? She goes, well, sure. So I showed her an app on my phone, and literally she was going to go to Walgreens and get a prescription. I showed her how to go across the street and save $40. Right. She's like, Mister, what do you do? And I said, I show people how to save money on their health insurance. She screams out, Myrtle! Her sister Myrtle was in produce, okay? She gets Myrtle to come over, and I get their name and number and I'm quoting them, okay? Everywhere I go, because I know this product so well, I hear people are mad. People are PO'd about their health insurance. It's been ruined. It's been taken over by the government or some other entity, or they gave up on it because they couldn't afford it, okay? So it's critical that you do get your attitude right. So he's spending a little time talking about attitude adjustment, getting right, and he's going to get into the meat and potatoes.
And here's when you understand that you're a marketer, when you make that shift, then everything that I'm going to teach you is going to start coming. It's going to be like Russell Crowe in The Perfect Mind, and it's just all going to come together. My question for you right now, and we're going to get this assessment to you, is what are your current lead generators for filling your prospect list? Do you have a daily, weekly goal for the number of leads you will generate? Do you have a written plan? What we're going to do in the next 52 weeks is we're going to help you to develop the plan. We're going to help you to develop the plan so that you start to build your plan, and you are focused and know exactly where you're going every single day. I'm about to teach you something that will change your life. This is going to be absolutely amazing. You can go to my website. You can go to mjdurkinseminars.com. You can go to mjdurkinseminars.com, and you can go to my free tools section. And in my free tools section at mjdurkinseminars.com, you can get a free copy of my list. Now we're going to send a Google Docs out to your leaders, and your leaders are going to send you a Google Doc that is going to have the forms and the templates and the PowerPoints and the recordings of these trainings. So you're going to get that. But right now, I want you to, as quickly as you can, when the training is over, I want you to go to mjdurkinseminars.com, go to the free tools section, and download the list that says daily prospecting calls, the list. It says the list individuals. I'm about to change your life. This is the meat and potatoes. The meat and potatoes are right here with what I'm going to teach you right now in downloading this list. When you have this list and you download it and you print it and you staple it together, I'm going to tell you what happens is your life instantly will change. because it will focus you on filling this list with names and numbers. Now, we're going to start with individuals. Then next week, we're going to go to businesses. And we're going to keep building lists. And the way that you're going to succeed in New Era Life is you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Some of you are going to have 10 to 15 lists. You will never, ever again run out of people to talk to about your amazing products and services. And I'm going to show you how to use this list. When you use my handwritten paper list, it is going to change your life. I know that you love your apps. I know that you love your CRMs. And I'm going to beg you to believe me when I tell you this. What Kent just showed you is an amazing technology, even though it seems very old-fashioned. And I'm not even going to take all the time to explain this to you, but I will tell you right now that downloading and printing a list, what we're going to recommend is that your team start having a culture where everybody is showing their list. Everybody is saying, just like Kent, look at how big my lists are. Look at how many lists I have. When your leaders do a training, when Jimmy Reynolds does a training, he's going to say, okay, everybody, get out your list. Let me see your lists. One of the ways that a manager can tell if his or her people are actually working is to ask to see their handwritten lists. It's very difficult for you to see names in a CRM, but when you see them on a handwritten list and you see crosses and marks on the list, then you know your people are doing the work and they are making the calls. Here's my question for you. How many sources of leads do you have filling your prospect list? How many sources of leads? Our goal in the next 7 weeks, in the next 14 weeks, in the next 21 weeks, each week we're going to give you a new way to fill your prospect list with names. And I can tell you, just by the fact that you are printing out that list and you are starting to write names and numbers down, an amazing thing will start to happen. When you start to fill that list with names and numbers, when you start to hand write them, let me tell you what happens is that your focus starts to get on producing names and numbers on a list. Very, very powerful what I'm teaching you right now. You want to start handwriting every prospect that you have. By the way, my lists, these lists have 6 pages. So each time you have a set of lists, it holds 48 names and numbers. We want to have over 1,000 agents, in national group marketing carrying the list, looking at the list. I'm going to show you how the list will change your life and will start to give you sources of leads that you could never even imagine. I'm going to tell you right now, you start writing names on a list today, your business life changes immediately. What's going to start happening is you're going to start putting names and numbers in the funnel. When you start filling those prospect lists with names and numbers, here's what's going to happen. You are going to fill your calendar with appointments. You are going to fill your calendar with Zoom calls. You are going to be doing you're going to be doing, they're going to be so busy doing quotes, they aren't going to know which end is up.
Hi, I believe you. I can't remember my wife's name by the end of the week.
And let me tell you this, that obviously right now is your season. Right now is where you want to be completely laser focused on getting names and numbers on a list, getting presentations done, doing quotes, and writing the business. Would you agree?
Yes, sir.
October, November, December. There should be no sleeping. There should be no recreating. It should all be about putting names and numbers on a list and doing those quotes. What we're going to do over the next 7 weeks is we're going to give you 7 ways to start filling your ocean of prospects. You need to have your list full in order to be able to call and call and call and call and call and set up appointment after appointment after appointment after appointment. Number 2, without leads, your business dies. Every business falters. Every business misses payroll. If you don't have leads coming in the funnel, it's going to die. What is a lead? A lead is a name and a number. A lead is a name and a number. A lead is a name and a number. I'm going to give you some meat right now. I want you to look to add 3 new names and numbers to your list every day. If you want to know what income producing activity is, in New Era Life with National Group Marketing, Let me tell you what Doug and Kent and all of your leaders want you to do. They want you figuring out how to put 3 new names and numbers on a list. Let me explain something to you about sales. Let me explain something to you about selling health insurance. You've got to make a boatload of calls. Some of you are playing real small with this thing. You are playing small. And what you need is you need to have dozens and dozens and dozens of names and numbers so that you can call to change lives. Do you believe in what you're doing? Yes. Do you believe you can help people? Yes. Have you seen yourself reduce people's costs by 50% or more? Yes. The only way that you're going to succeed in this is what you've got to do is you got to look to add 3 new names and numbers every day. I beg of you to listen to me. Please, please, please. Physically write the names and numbers on your list. I want you to hand write them. I like to use one of these, it's called a Bic Flare. It's a Papermate Flare. I like the Papermate Flare. It makes a nice bold name and number on the list. Physically write the names and numbers on your list. I want you to carry the list with you. I want you to look at it all day long. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you something here. This is an MJ Durkinism. Do not miss this. This is why I want you looking at your list. I want you looking at your list because where your focus goes, your power flows. Wow. Yes, write that down. Where your focus goes, your power flows. The reason that you don't put names and numbers on a list, the reason you don't add 3 names and numbers every day to your list is you're not focused on it. You will get whatever you focus on. If you focus on names and numbers, and if you look at your physical list, and if you're always looking to add names to the list and you look at it morning, noon, night, lunch, if you're working at your house, have the list next to you at your desk. If you're folding clothes, have the list next to you at your desk. If you're in your kitchen making food, have 2 or 3 lists there on your counter as you're making the food. Focus on names and numbers. Without leads, your business dies. You must become a lead generating machine. It's the leads, it's the leads, it's all about the leads. I can't stress this enough. It's not about studying leadership, although I want you to be a great leader. It's not about studying closing, although I want you to become a good closer. And I'll give you tips as we go along over the next couple weeks on how to close. I'll teach you the 5 magic words. I'll include some closing training. Ken, I'll include closing training, absolutely no extra charge.
Okay, a freebie, there you go, extra, that's what I like.
He likes to hear extra.
I like that.
It's the leads, it's the leads. If you will focus on the leads, let me tell you what will happen. When you focus on the leads, everything in your new era life business will correct itself. Everything will get better immediately when you are focused on the leads. You must have a prospecting consciousness. Now, what Kent just mentioned to you is Kent mentioned to you that he had a prospecting consciousness. He said, my eyes and ears are always open. I hear people complaining about the cost of their prescriptions. I see people that are upset about their healthcare costs. I get talking to people and I keep my ears and eyes open. And I generate conversations and I let people know what I do. By the way, Kent, what are some of the things that you say to people in order to get into those conversations?
Well, just how I introduce myself. Generally, I have an interest. People think I'm a great salesperson. I think I'm okay. I just have a natural interest in people. I'm curious about other people. And I started asking them about what they do and what they're doing. Next thing you know, it's natural for them to ask me, well, I'm prepared with a kind of a loaded answer. They ask me, well, what do you do for a living? Well, I show people how to cut their health insurance costs in half, or I may even get a little grandiose sometime and say, well, I don't know, last few years I saved the people in Oklahoma City $7 million they were paying Blue Cross and Blue Shield. You know, something along those lines. It's kind of an open door question. And then they go, well, how do you do that? And I go, well, you know, and it's kind of a lead in, something like that. But literally, MJ, I've told people this before, and it may be a little old as the people who know me, but I literally believe if you and I were hopping up on any suburb in America, have a cup of coffee at 7 o'clock in the morning, as the sun comes up and the birds are chirping, you can hear wailing and gnashing of teeth throughout the land. People are so PO'd about what happened to their health insurance. Literally 5 years ago, someone's paying $400 or $500 a month for their family's health insurance. Now they're paying $1,800, $2,000, and it's a mortgage payment.
Right.
They're literally having to readjust their budget and their lifestyle to handle, because they're scared to death of these big crimes. Anyway, so I'm naturally interested in people. I know what to listen for. When they say certain words, I know that's a hint they have problems. But then if they own a business or they're self-employed or they own a home, they probably have health insurance.
Absolutely. So you must eat, sleep, and drink leads. You must ask yourself every day, what is my daily plan to fill my list with leads? What are my 5 ways to bring leads in? How am I going to get 3 leads today? If 7, 8 o'clock is coming by and you don't have your 3 leads, you've got to get an accountability partner and call that accountability partner up and say, hey, I didn't get my 3 leads yet. What do you think I should do? Who do you think I should call? By the way, I'm going to show you next, I'm going to show you a way to use social media to get 96 new names onto your list every single week. Literally, what I'm about to show you is going to change your life forever. So in week number one, I'm going to show you how to fill your prospect list with your current friends list on Facebook. Now, I want you to understand something about Facebook. I was at a seminar this Saturday learning marketing. Yes, I spent 8 hours studying marketing in a seminar in Norwalk, Connecticut. And here's what the social media experts said. They said that over 2.5 billion people are on Facebook Messenger. 2.5 billion prospects are on Facebook Messenger. You must have Facebook on your phone. You must have Messenger on your phone. It is an amazing tool to be able to give people quotes. I'm going to show you right now how to add literally 300 to 1,500 names to your list right now. In week number 1, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to ask you to go to your friends list, and I'm going to ask you to write down every friend you have on Facebook on your paper list. I don't want you to worry about phone numbers. People will say, I don't know anybody, and the average person has 300 to 1,500 friends on Facebook. And I'm going to show you how to fix that in a minute too, because that should be, you should have a lot more. And I will show you what the social media experts teach us about this. Now, when they accept your friend request, that gives you all kinds of access to them on Facebook Messenger. Private messaging is your secret marketing tool that most of you are not using. I'm going to show you how to literally today, you can start today to get quote after quote after quote after quote. By this evening at midnight, you could be doing 10 quotes if you will do what I show you. Does anybody want to learn this?
Yes.
If everybody wants to learn this, nod your head up and down and chat in a yes, MJ, to me. Just chat in get the chat function and say, yes, MJ, I want to learn this. I want to do 10 quotes by midnight tonight. I'm fired up. I'm understanding that I need leads. I'm understanding that I've got to write names and numbers on a paper list. I want to fill the paper list up. I've already gone to your website. I've already downloaded the list. I am excited. So Amy Grissom says yes. Gina says yes. Josh Harris says yes. Ken Hughes says yes. Gerald says yes. Everybody is saying yes. Denise is saying yes. Michelle Galloway is saying yes. Randy Clark is saying yes. David Moreno is saying yes. Sarah Almond is saying yes. Kent Long is saying yes.
Put me down for yes.
Yeah, yes. He's down. Rex Stone says yes. Amy Tyler says yes. You all want to do 10 quotes today by midnight? Here we go. Here's what I'm going to show you how to do, and I'm going to show you how to set this up so you are never, ever lacking for leads again. I want you to tell you something very interesting about Facebook. Facebook allows you to have 5,000 friends. Now, if you are if you're a public figure like me, that really ticks you off, because I have 22,000 friends on my Facebook fan page, but I can't access them unless I boost my post and I pay, and I refuse to pay Facebook for ads. Okay, before you ever do Facebook ads, I want you to use all of the organic reach. Write that down. I want you to use your organic reach. There are 2.5 billion people on Messenger. That means that if Facebook allows you to have 5,000 friends, if you have 5,000 friends divided by 52 weeks, that gives you 96 new people to talk to about New Era Life. Most people in America get on Facebook in the morning. When they wake up, they check Facebook again at lunchtime. And when they get home, 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, the biggest hours for Facebook are between 6 p.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. Eastern. You will find thousands and thousands and thousands, millions of people are on Facebook every night. And if you are friends with them, you can private message them. You can get a conversation going with them. So here's what I want you to do. So there you see the MJ Durkin family. You can see the beautiful Bonnie. This is our wedding picture from 4 years ago. There's our amazing family. My 2 sons are anchoring the picture. My bonus son, we don't call them our stepkids. My bonus son, Kevin, is there. My beautiful bonus daughter, Danielle, and my beautiful bride. There's my personal Facebook page. You will notice that I have 4,996 friends. I have 800 people who have friend requested me. I have to erase people off of my Facebook in order to accept any new friend requests. This is not a bad problem to have. It just takes some managing. I want you to go to your friends list, and I want you to click on your friends list, and I want you to start scrolling through your friends list, and I want you to physically write down those names on your paper list. I want you to scroll through. I want you to scroll through. I want you to scroll through. By the way, there's some very, very interesting information up here. I'll teach this to you. Maybe I'll give you some more Facebook tips next week. But if you look up here in the upper left-hand corner where my cursor is, it says recently added. If you click on recently added, you'll be able to see all the newest people that have accepted your friend request. Birthdays. You want to build relationships with people? Do you know how much insurance agents have paid companies to send birthday cards and Thanksgiving cards and all kinds of cards to people? You can do it right on Facebook. Every day, go to the birthday tab and check and see who of your friends are having birthdays. Go on their timeline, say hello, say happy birthday, send them a video message, sing them happy birthday, send them a private message. Hey, saw it was your birthday today. Everybody was saying happy birthday to you on your timeline. I just wanted to send you a private message and say happy birthday. The day that you came to the earth is an amazing day. And I look forward to success for you this year. You can find out people's hometowns. You can find out who's following you. This little tab right here can give you all kinds of amazing information about your friends. If you have 300 friends on Facebook, by midnight tonight, I want you to write down 300 new names on your list. Kent, do you ever believe people when they say they don't have anybody to talk to?
No.
I wouldn't.
Because the average person I meet has about 800 people on their phone.
They have 800. I have 2,600 people in my phone.
I have 1,800 people in my phone.
Yep, I got 2,600 people in my phone. I'm going to show you how to use your phone as well in a future session. But all I want you to do right now is just go on Facebook.
MJ, that's why I'm a dinosaur. I'm loving this because I don't Facebook. My wife Facebooks. I have a Facebook page. I don't even know how to use it. I'm going to start learning how to use this. I'm following along doing exactly what you just said.
It's a very, very powerful technique. And there are many more women on Facebook than there are men. But the men need to get up to speed, and the men need to stop saying, I don't like that stuff. I don't want to hear when somebody's going to go have tea or go into the bathroom or I don't need updates on their life like that. No, you don't. I don't look at my feed at all. I don't look at my feed. I've got one thing that I do on Facebook. I add friends to my list, and then I private message them. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So I want you to take all those names, 300 names on Facebook. I want you to fill your list just with the names. If you don't know the phone numbers right now, don't worry about that. We're going to get to that. If you've got, Kent, do you know how many friends you have on Facebook?
I think I have 2.
Is that really?
No, I'm teasing. I literally, where do you look?
Yeah, in that little tab that I showed you right there, in that little tab there, where right underneath your picture, you have a profile picture.
Yeah.
And then it'll say, you'll see in that red there, it says friends. How many friends do you have?
Okay, profile picture, friends, 862.
You've got 862 friends.
Yes.
So right there, that's where you can click on. That's when you click on that. Then what you will see is then the next thing that will come up is your friends list. So now what I want you to do is scroll through that, and everybody that is not in.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
I've got 862 people on here. Holy, literally, I've never Facebooked.
Yeah.
I know I'm a dinosaur. I know I am.
Yeah. Well, that's your old story. Your new story is you are Facebook ready, and you're taking the training and you're learning how to do it. So I want you to take all those names, put them on your list. Okay. Now I want you to start sending friend requests to people that you have mutual friends with. I want you to just find people you have mutual friends with and send them a friend request. You'll see this in the upper right-hand side. Facebook is always telling you, hey, you may know this person in common. You know, you should friend request 10 new people a day. Friend request 10 new people a day. And when people, see, I want you up to 5,000. Kent, wouldn't it be great if you took that 800 friends and bumped it up to 5,000?
Holy cow. Jimmy Reynolds has 3,000 friends.
That's Jimmy Reynolds has 3,000 friends, right? And Jimmy Reynolds has used Facebook to sell health insurance. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start a private Facebook group where we're all going to get into this private Facebook group, and we're all going to give each other, everybody that's taking this training, we're all going to get into the private Facebook group. I'll set that up this week with Sean Reynolds, and we'll set up a private Facebook group where everybody can give us their best practices on how to use Facebook, how to use radio advertising, how to use newspaper advertising. We're going to share all the best practices. Now, when someone accepts your friend request, I want you to send them a little private message. I want you to use Messenger on your phone, use Messenger on your computer, and say, hi, John, so good to hear from you. Haven't talked to you in a long time. Family looks great. Thanks for accepting my friend request. I look forward to connecting with you here more on Facebook. Every time somebody accepts a friend request from you, I want you to send this little private message to them. I want you to send this little private message at the top of your Facebook page. It will show you when people have accepted your friend request. So you say, you give them a private message. I'm giving you some atomic weapons right now. Okay? This is atomic weaponry. This is very powerful what I'm teaching you. Private Messenger can make you 100 grand extra this year. It can make you 200 grand. In the next 3 months, you should be sending 10 friend requests per day to people that you have mutual friends with. You want to start building your list up. And then what I want you doing is I want you to access. So number one, I want you to get 5,000 friends on Facebook so that each week you've got 96 new people to bid. Hey, Kent, if you ask 96 new people every single week, if you said, hey, would you like to cut your healthcare costs in half? Would you like to have a conversation? Could I give you a quote? If you ask 96 people per week if they want to reduce their healthcare costs in half, how many are going to say, I'll take a quote?
I think a large number. It's probably fair to say that you're looking at having four. I would think you get 4 sales out of that.
I think you would get 4 sales.
It's fair to say you get 4 sales pretty easily, because typically if you talk to 20 people, you're going to make a sale. I mean, that's kind of the numbers. If I went to the mall and talked to 20 people, I would probably make at least I would quote 2 or 3, and I would make 1 sale.
Go ahead and use your phone to take a picture of this message right now. I want you to start messaging your current friends. Hi, John. Good to see you. Family looks great. We haven't talked in a while. I hope you're well. Notice you're doing a lot with Habitat with Humanity. That's awesome. Hey, I recently started working with a company, little typo there, with a company that has figured out how to reduce a family's healthcare costs in half and repair the damage that Obamacare has done to families. Would you be interested in learning more? If you've got 800 friends, would it make sense to send 20 private messages this afternoon, so by the time you got back to your computer tonight after you're out selling, you come home at 9 o'clock at night, how would you like to have 5 to 10 people saying, I would love to hear more, I would love to get a quote? Most people that are in your friends list don't know what you're doing. They don't know how you save people money. Here's another, so everybody grab your phone. You're going to get the recording, but I want you to grab your phone. I want you to take a picture of that. Take a picture of that message, and I want you to start crafting private messages to message your current friends. Here's another one. Private message your current friends. Hi, so-and-so. We haven't talked for a while. I recently started working with a company that has figured out how to reduce a family's healthcare costs in half and repair the damage that Obamacare has done to families. Do you have time to talk with me later today or this evening? It'll take 15 minutes on a Zoom video call. Most of your folks won't know what Zoom is. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah, if you want to get face-to-face with people, set up a Zoom call with them. If you need to, if you don't have Zoom, and I'd recommend you at least get a starter account with Zoom. I think it's free.
Yes, sir.
You can do a 25-minute Zoom with one person, one-on-one, and you could talk to them about getting them a quote. Get face-to-face with people. Those of you who don't want to leave your house, you don't have to leave your house. You know, if you got 800, 1,600, 2,000, and if you've got 5,000 friends, you could literally make 300 grand a year sitting at your computer and never leave your home. Now, if you add that with leaving your home, going out and networking, all the other 52 ways I'm going to show you how to get leads in the funnel, remember, it's the leads, it's the leads, it's the leads, it's the leads. And most of you just don't have enough names and numbers on a list to be able to make the calls. Kent, is this powerful information or what?
Dude, this is incredible. And it's also, now that you've mentioned this, I thought of 3 other things that you and I have talked about previously, and I'm going to shut up and not say a word because it's overkill. But the methodology, what's going to happen over the next 52 weeks is each week MJ is going to unpack some new method to prospect. And before we leave today, I want to give one bonus, but when it's time to sign off, I want to give one bonus tip that if everybody who's relatively new in the business hasn't done this, they should. Go ahead, MJ.
Excellent, excellent. So remember that when you send a friend request to someone, if they accept it, I want you to say, hi, thanks for accepting my friend request. You look great. Family looks great. Look forward to connecting with you here more on Facebook. Our goal is at the end of the next couple of weeks. I want you to tune in to these trainings live. We're going to open it up for questions in a minute. Okay, you're going to get access to me. What your leaders have done is they have invested in you, so I want you to ask me questions. And when we set up this private Facebook group, you'll be able to ask questions inside of the Facebook group. And you will be able to show us what's working. We want you to give inside of the Facebook group. Show us your current lead generators. Show us what's working. Show us how you're actually making this thing work. Hey, my question for everybody is, will you be our next success story? I want you to picture being able to have the life of your dreams because you've got money and because you've got time. Most people do not have money and most people do not have time. You can get both with this business. If you're in debt, you can get out of debt in the next 90 days. The scripture says you should lend and not borrow. You should be the head and not the tail. If you got trouble, what we're showing you here every week can get you out of trouble. Go ahead.
Especially with open enrollment coming. This is the season. This is why we're timing this right now. This is why we didn't wait and we're hopping on this. The next 3 or 4 months, I will do about 60 or 70% of my annual volume in sales. The next 2 or 3 months.
It's time. It's time. There's no sleeping now for the next 3 months. If you ever wanted to be focused in your life, it is to be focused October, November, December of 2019. This is where you could make 70% of your income, and that income could increase dramatically. Okay, over the next 52 weeks, every week we're going to give you a new way to do this. I've got to believe by the time we get to week number 14, week number 21, week number 28, you got to be zeroing in on 3 or 4 of these lead generation methods that are going to explode your business. Let me tell you what we're going to talk about next week. Next week, we're going to put you into the business market. Next week, what we're going to do is we're going to show you a powerful technique called vendor marketing. I'm going to show you how to contact and approach every company that you and your family currently buy from. I'm going to show you how to leverage your relationships with every business that you do all of your household business with and get them to accept a quote for the owners or all of their employees. So next week, Wednesday at noontime Central, put this on your calendar, get your agents on this call. If you miss the training, don't worry. We're going to have a Google Doc that your leaders are going to send to you. And in the Google Doc, when you click on the link, it's going to give you the recording. You can watch the whole recording again. We are not trying to hold on to this information and keep it closed. I believe there's plenty of abundance for us all. I believe that God has an inexhaustible supply of abundance and wants you to have an overflow. So next week, week number 2, I'm going to show you how to start approaching business after business after business after business, and I will show you how to use technology as well to be able to do that very easily. Kent, give us your final comments, and then if we want, we can open it up for a couple of questions.
Holy cow, MJ, this sounds like work. Okay, folks, I hope you understand that he took a little time up front to talk about getting the mindset of a marketer, and that mindset of a marketer, these are systems. I remember when I first started selling the product, I used to come home so frustrated. I could not get my head around. I've been selling major medical for several years. I couldn't get my head around this. I was super frustrated. Would kick the cat, punch the trash can. I couldn't figure it out. And then one day it kind of clicked. The one thing I kept doing was I kept working at it. The 7 streams that he's talking about will take work. This whole Facebook thing is, seriously, you think I'm a dinosaur. It's really new to me. I'm going to work at learning this Facebook thing just to have another element to work with. But if you will take these things, use them, apply, put effort into it, it will pay off. I promise. And then one bonus thing real quick before we open up for questions. Everybody's only been in the insurance business for a short while. I know there's several people that came from other backgrounds. If you haven't written a dear friend letter, an actual ink on paper, snail mail letter, then you're making a mistake. The dear friend letter should go like this. Whoever you would invite to a wedding, your kid's wedding, your wedding, whatever, whoever you would invite, there's about 200 people that you could think of. Write them a letter. People that care about you, family, friends, people that love you, would want to see you succeed. Write them a letter and say, hey, I'm embarking on a new adventure in health insurance, and we found the best health insurance value in America, and we'd like to share it with people. If you know someone that is paying for their own health insurance, that would be a great referral for me. Thanks very much. Love, Bob, or whatever. All right. So just letting you, a lot of you are secret agents. You need to let your family and friends know that you're doing something that's worthwhile. Also, the belief system, I really believe in this product. You need to too. Okay, that's the freebie, and we can open up for questions. How do we do this without with the controlled chaos?
Go ahead and chat into me that you want me to unmute you, and I'll unmute you or chat your question into me.
Okay. Someone wants to know how to download the prospect list.
Okay, so you download the prospect list. We will send that to you in the Google Docs that we do later today or first thing tomorrow. But if you go to mjdurkinseminars.com and you go to the free tools section and you click on that list and then right click, and you should be able to download it. And
okay.
We'll get that sent out to you in a Google's Doc this afternoon. Once the Zoom recording is complete, it'll take a couple of hours for this long recording to buffer. But
anyone else have any other questions? Please text them in, and we'll try to get them in real quick because we're over by just a minute or two. But if someone has a really pertinent question, we'd love to answer them. Because I know MJ does a lot of live training, And just like I prefer live feedback from people too. It's just, we're going to constrain to the format we have to work with. Everybody can't talk at the same time or it'd be chaos. And you all know that. Anyone else want to text in a quick question?
Also, I'd like to, Jimmy Reynolds, do you have any comments on what you saw and how you might use what you saw today, or excited about your own folks using this material?
Make sure Jimmy's not selling insurance.
He's probably closing.
He's probably got an ink. He's probably got someone over the hood of a car signing it out.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, hey, the one big thing for me, I do use the Facebook a lot, and a lot of times I'll do a private message, but I seek at the top in the search engine in Facebook. I from time to time put in the word health insurance, and it will show everybody in my friends list that's looking for health insurance. And then I will send a private message and say, hey, listen, man, I represent the whole market. I give you no obligation quote. Yeah, that's and I think you can actually even if
How come you didn't share that one with me?
I've shared it before. I've shared it 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
You can open a forum.
Wasn't listening.
Hey, but also there's a way it can search outside of your friend list too. And so you just shoot it out and say, hey, would you like a no obligation quote? I can shop the whole market. Boom. Even though I don't sell the whole market, I can show you where to go if I don't have what's a fit.
Nice, nice.
Super. So you put the word, you search the term health insurance, and it tells you who in your friend's portfolio is actually shopping for health insurance.
Well, it'll find that word.
If their post has health insurance in it, it will show up.
Okay, gotcha. Great tip, Jimmy. Appreciate that.
Right, thanks.
Awesome. Bill's iPad. I'm unmuting you. Can you hear me, buddy? Bill's iPad, you are unmuted. Okay, so Bill had chatted into me. How do we access the Friends LITR on Facebook? I can't get it to go.
Okay, all right, that's that housekeeping stuff. We'll get in that. Also, we're going to establish lines of communication through the Facebook page that MJ is talking about, where people can, if you have a more involved question, and I guarantee you we have people with varying different levels of computer savvy on this phone call. I'm probably on the lower end of that spectrum, and so we just don't want to waste other people's time with something that's more of a rudimentary question. We'll try to get that taken care of. And as this thing progresses, you can see this is going to be the format. And then we really do want feedback from you. We just need to do it in an organized fashion, and appreciate everyone's input and appreciate everyone's attendance.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Same time, same National Group Marketing channel. And dream big and succeed. We love you.
And this is being recorded for your review too.